Fellas, we've all been there. That sinking feeling when you realize something's off. It's like a gut punch, isn't it? That moment when you realize the woman you're interested in, she ain't feeling it like she used to. You start to notice the little things, the subtle changes in her behavior. Her texts are short, her calls are less frequent, and that spark, well, it's flickering out. You remember when her messages were long and filled with excitement. Now it's just one-word replies. It's like she's slowly slipping away and you're left wondering what happened. You replay every conversation, every date, trying to pinpoint the exact moment things changed. Don't beat yourself up, though. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-blame, thinking you did something wrong. But relationships are a two-way street. This dating game, it's a tricky one. It's filled with highs and lows, and sometimes, despite our best efforts, things just don't work out the way we hoped. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, the connection just ain't there. And that's okay. It's part of the journey, part of learning and growing. Women are complex creatures and their feelings can change just like that. One moment everything's perfect, and the next, it's like you're strangers. It's important to remember that her losing interest doesn't mean you did anything wrong. People change, feelings evolve, and sometimes it's out of our control. Now, I'm not saying you should just throw in the towel at the first sign of trouble. Relationships require effort, understanding, and sometimes a bit of fight. Nah, you gotta fight for what you want. But there's a difference between fighting for love and clinging to something that's already gone. But you gotta fight smart. Understand the situation, understand her feelings, and most importantly, understand your own. Understanding why she's pulling back is the first step to figuring out if you can win her back. Maybe it's something external, or maybe it's something within the relationship. So let's dive in and decipher the mystery of the fading flame, shall we? Together we'll navigate these murky waters and find clarity. Before you start chasing after her trying to win her back, you gotta understand why she's pulling away in the first place. It's crucial to take a step back and analyze the situation calmly. Jumping to conclusions or acting impulsively can often make things worse, so let's break it down and see what might be going on. Is it something you did? Maybe. Reflect on your recent actions and words. Have you been too clingy, too distant, or perhaps said something hurtful without realizing it? Sometimes we unintentionally push people away by not being mindful of our behavior. Is it something she's going through? Could be. Everyone has their own battles, and she might be dealing with something personal that has nothing to do with you. It could be work-related stress, family issues, or even something internal that she's struggling with. Maybe she's feeling overwhelmed, stressed out with work, family drama, you name it. Life can throw a lot at us, and sometimes it becomes too much to handle. When that happens, people often retreat to find some peace and clarity. Life happens, and sometimes we need a little space to sort things out. It's not always about you. Giving her the room to breathe and think can be the most supportive thing you can do right now. Or maybe she's just not feeling that spark anymore. Relationships evolve and sometimes feelings change. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's a reality we must face. The important thing is to handle it with grace and understanding. It's tough to hear, but it happens. Not every relationship is meant to last forever, and that's okay. What's important is how you respond to this situation. Panicking or becoming desperate will only push her further away. Now, here's where us fellas tend to mess up. We see them pulling away, and we panic. We start overthinking and imagining the worst-case scenarios. This anxiety can lead us to make rash decisions that we later regret. We see them pulling away, and we panic. We start calling non-stop, texting lovey-dovey messages, trying to smother them with attention. This behavior, though well-intentioned, often comes off as desperate and can be overwhelming for her. We start calling non-stop, texting lovey-dovey messages, trying to smother them with attention. Instead of giving her the space she needs, we end up suffocating her, which only drives her further away. Bad move, my friend, bad move. This approach is counterproductive and can damage the relationship even more. It's essential to recognize when to pull back and give her the time she needs. That's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Your efforts to fix things might actually be making them worse. Instead of calming the situation, you're adding fuel to the fire. It's only going to make things worse. The more you push, the more she'll pull away. It's a natural reaction to feeling overwhelmed or pressured. The key here is to give her space, let her breathe, let her miss you. Sometimes absence truly does make the heart grow fonder. By stepping back, you allow her to process her feelings and come to her own conclusions. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, remember? By giving her the space she needs, you might just find that she comes back to you, appreciating the time apart and the understanding you showed. I know, waiting is the hardest part. It feels like time is dragging, and every second without hearing from her feels like an eternity, especially when you're crazy about a woman. Your mind is constantly filled with thoughts of her, and you can't help but wonder what she's doing or thinking. You want to talk to her, see her, be around her all the time. It's natural to want to share every moment with someone you care about deeply, but trust me on this one, giving her space is crucial. It might seem counterintuitive, but it's one of the best things you can do for your relationship. Think of it this way, you're giving her time to miss you. Absence truly does make the heart grow fonder, and a little distance can reignite the spark, to realize what she's missing out on. When she has time to reflect, she'll start to appreciate the moments you share even more. When you're constantly around, it's easy to take you for granted. Familiarity can sometimes breed complacency, and that's not what you want. But when you step back, she starts to notice your absence. She'll begin to miss your presence and the unique energy you bring into her life. Now, giving her space doesn't mean disappearing off the face of the earth. It's about finding a balance between being available and giving her room to breathe. You can still send a casual text every now and then, just to let her know you're thinking about her. A simple, "Hey, hope you're having a great day," can go a long way. But keep it light, keep it breezy. The goal is to show you care without overwhelming her. No need for long, drawn-out messages professing your undying love. Save those for when you're together in person, where they can have a more profound impact. This is also a good time for you to focus on yourself. Hit the gym, work on your career, and pursue your hobbies. Personal growth is attractive. Spend time with your friends and family. Strengthening these relationships can provide you with support and happiness, making you more well-rounded. The more you focus on yourself, the more attractive you become. Confidence and independence are incredibly appealing traits. Use this time to explore new interests or develop existing ones. Whether it's learning a new language, picking up an instrument, or diving into a new book, these activities enrich your life. Reflect on your own needs and desires. What do you want out of this relationship? What are your long-term goals? Taking time to think about these questions can provide clarity. When you finally reconnect, the time apart will have made your bond stronger. She'll appreciate the space you gave her and the effort you put into becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on mutual respect and understanding. Giving her space shows that you respect her individuality and trust in the strength of your connection. So take a deep breath, give her the space she needs, and watch your relationship flourish. While she's taking her space, it's time for a little introspection. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I bringing my A game to this relationship? Are you being the best man you can be? Are you confident, ambitious, driven? Are you taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally? Women are attracted to men who have their act together, men who are going places, men who are confident in themselves. If you're not feeling your best, it's gonna show. Now's the time to work on yourself. Hit the gym, update your wardrobe, learn a new skill. The more you invest in yourself, the more attractive you'll become, both to her and to other women. Remember, confidence is key. Women can smell insecurity a mile away. So stand tall, look her in the eye, and show her that you're a man who knows what he wants. Section 5. Rekindling the flame. Small gestures, big impact. So you've given her space, worked on yourself, and you're ready to reconnect. How do you do it without seeming desperate or needy? Simple small gestures, big impact. Remember what she likes? Maybe it's her favorite coffee, a specific flower, or that author she's always raving about. Send her a small gift just because. No pressure, just a reminder that you're thinking of her. Another tip, be genuinely interested in her life. Ask about her day, listen attentively, and remember the details. Women appreciate a man who pays attention, who makes them feel heard and understood. Section 6. Communication is key. Listen to understand, not respond. When you do get the chance to talk, make it count. And by that, I mean truly listen. Not just waiting for your turn to speak, but really hearing what she's saying. Ask open-ended questions, pay attention to her body language, and let her know that you're fully present in the conversation. Women can spot a fake a mile away, so be genuine, be authentic, be you. Now here's the tricky part. Don't interrupt. Let her finish her thoughts, even if you don't agree with them. The goal here is to understand her perspective, not to win an argument. Section 7. Acceptance and moving on. When it's time to let go. Look, sometimes, despite your best efforts, a woman might not regain interest. It's tough, it hurts, but it's a part of life, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't try to force something that's not there. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is accept her decision and move on. Remember, there are plenty of fish in the sea, and the right woman, the one who's truly meant for you, she'll appreciate you for exactly who you are. Section 8. The Power of You. Focusing on your own growth. This whole experience, it's a learning opportunity. It's a chance for you to grow, to evolve, to become a better man. Use this time to focus on your goals, your passions, your dreams. Hit the gym, travel the world, learn a new language. The more you invest in yourself, the more attractive you'll become, both to yourself and to others. Remember, confidence comes from within. It comes from knowing your worth, from loving yourself unconditionally. And when you love yourself, it shows. Section 9, back in the game, ready for a love that lasts. So, you've been through the ringer, you've learned from your mistakes, and you've come out stronger on the other side. Now what? Now you're ready for love. Real love. The kind of love that lasts. But this time you're approaching it from a place of strength, of self-awareness, of knowing what you want and what you deserve. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there again. Go on dates, meet new people, have fun. But this time, go in with your eyes wide open. Look for a woman who shares your values, your goals, your zest for life. And when you find her, don't be afraid to show her who you are. Be vulnerable, be honest, be real, because the right woman, she'll love you for all that you are.